It's your main man, her shine on Dr. Life. Your main man, her shine on Dr. Life, the grimiest reaper. You heard her shine on Dr. Life, the grimiest reaper. Here to talk to y'all about Breath of Life Day. I'm here in the spot where 4 years ago, 2016, August 19th, I had my first Breath of Life Day right outside of Razor Sharp in Trenton, New Jersey. As you can see, I'm in ground zero for her shine on Dr. Life, Breath of Life Day. Holywood, Holywood Studios, HOLYWOODGRAIL Games. We in a battle for life and death, right? Breath of life. If you got it, you got life. If you don't have it, you're dead. Holywood Star, Holywood Stars War is the battle for breath of life or not. I was here August the 19th, 2016, sitting in my cousin Dollar Bill's chair. And I walked outside and had an aortic aneurysm. For all of y'all that don't know what an aortic aneurysm is, you got an artery. Aortic just means the artery leading to your heart. Aneurysm just means the blood vessel, the outer wall, the outer lining of the blood vessel blows up as if it's a bubble, as if it's a balloon, and it blows up and it pumps up and pumps up and pumps up. And if it explodes, you bleed to death. If it explodes, if it pops, you bleed to death because your heart can't pump without blood flowing to it. And if your blood is flowing outside of your arteries and it's not going to your heart, then your heart can't send it back to the other parts of your body through your blood vessel because it's escaping out of the blood vessel that burst with the aneurysm. Aneurysm happens as a result of complications due to high blood pressure. Aneurysms happen for many different chronic diseases that people of color are plagued with because of poor diet, because of the poor medical system, because of poison food, because of the Food and Drug Administration feeding you death, because of the plantation system and slavery feeding you the scraps and death for years, because of the fast food industry feeding you death for years. And then the doctors just diagnosing and making money off of treating and managing patients of death. It's a death meal. So Breath of Life Day is when anytime individuals have an encounter where your life is on the line and you're caught in the balance where it could go either way, and you receive the breath of life and you get to run a victory lap. Breath of Life Day is when the doctors counted you out, when the adversaries and the enemies and the system that's poisoning you, and the doctors that's capitalizing in Western medicine that says you subhuman, so you deserve that plight. When everybody counted you out, and then the creator who made you in their image said, I got the last word. You don't get to say when it's my child's time to go. And if they came out of the womb and I breathed into their nostrils the breath of life, when you attack their body and their temple of God and you try and destroy it, that's called a devourer. And in Malachi 3, the King of Kings said, so when the King of Kings steps in, when all of the cards are stacked, when the whole deck is stacked against you, and the King of Kings said, yo, when they came out of their mother's womb, I breathed into their nostrils the breath of life. So it don't matter what the doctors say. Don't matter what the CDC say. Don't matter what the Food and Drug Administration say. It don't matter what John Hopkins University say. Don't matter what John Hopkins say. I got the last word. I ain't finished. I ain't creating for you to capitalize off of you. I didn't creating for you to create a slave and steal the wealth of talent that I put in them and use it to extract talent, those talents to build wealth for Europeans, the top 1%. And then once you done with this king and heir to the throne, you discard him and then you move to the next one because 1% of the earth controls 60% of the earth's wealth. So once you done with one, you just discard him. And you just as well see them dead and gone so that they can never reclaim their talents. They can never reclaim the wealth that you are extracting and giving to your kids, your bastard offspring. And in that same situation with me, the Most High intervened in a situation where they ain't never seen nobody survive an aortic aneurysm and an aneurysm from your spleen to your kidney, two of them on the same day at the same time, right here in this spot. So I'm gonna sit down at ground zero for Breath of Life Day in the Holywood studios and razor sharp from the heart, and I'm gonna play you. I'm gonna play you the challenge that you should make to the whole world. And if you don't know how to stake your claim, you could use my story. If you don't know how to stake your claim, I'll give you permission. I'll give you permission to use this story. My story is your story. My brothers is your brothers. My sisters is your sisters. My King of Kings is your King of Kings. My wedding party, my wedding band is your wedding band. My crown is your crown. My throne is your throne. My father's house is your father's house.
The Budweiser Summit Patriotic Hands are here to give you a red, white, blood offering.
People ask me all the time, so you didn't die. You survived. So what's the plan in the future? What you got planned? What you got going on now? You managed to survive. You managed to live. What's CT Fletcher now? After what's life like after a new heart or somebody else's heart? Everything changed. Everything changed. Everything changed. I don't think people understand that I am living out the rest of somebody else's time. My donor, her life was cut short. This is her heart. The heart that I was born with, I don't know what they did with it. I don't know if it was a laboratory experiment or disposed of. I have no idea what the heart that I was born with, 1959 in Little Rock, Arkansas, 9 o'clock in the morning in Jefferson County Hospital. I don't know what happened to that heart.
Oh, my fault, family. My fault, family. That was an accident. My bad. Hold up. I'm gonna get it back.
People ask me all the time.
Bear with me. Bear with me. Okay. I was trying to raise the volume and hit the wrong button.
Her life was cut short. This is her heart. The heart that I was born with, I don't know what they did with it. I don't know if it was a laboratory experiment or disposed of. I have no idea what the heart that I was born with, 1959 in Little Rock, Arkansas, 9 o'clock in the morning in Jefferson County Hospital. I don't know what happened to that heart. But I know that this heart is the heart of my donor, a borrowed heart. So because of her, my set is allowed to continue. My set is not over. Because of her, it is still my motherfucking set. So I'm allowed to continue because of her. My life goes on because of her, because of my donor. So when I say that I have a debt that I owe, that no matter what I do, can't be repaid. No matter what I do, I cannot repay her for life. I say it all the time, a billionaire cannot afford.
They don't have no bread.
Can you pay for it? It's too expensive. The price is too high for a billionaire.
They're not even in this league.
To afford 1 second.
Bill Gates, none of them.
Of life.
They ain't in this league, yo.
The price tag
they ain't in
on
this
1
league.
second of life is too high.
They don't have no bread.
For a billionaire to afford.
They can't play.
You can't pay it.
They can't compete. All
your billions
not 1 second.
cannot buy 1
They're
second of life.
imposters. They're imposters. They're fake,
And
artificial
you take it for
reality.
granted.
They're not even in the
The
league.
price is too high.
Amateurs.
So what do you do?
What do you do? When you in
What
the pro,
is required of you? That's the question. That is the question I ask
what's
myself all the
required
time. What is
to play
required
in this
of
league
you
on this level?
when you have a
Supernatural.
debt
Supernatural.
that you can never pay?
We're talking about supernatural investment.
What's required of you? Well, if you believe in God like I do, if you believe in God like I do, then you believe that
So this is reality, yo. This happened to me right here in this shop, yo. And he talks about a donor. My story is about 2 depositors, not donors, 2 depositors that made investments. That I was able to cash in when I needed it on that day. So my debt is what I owe my mama.
And be able to watch Juilliard students rehearse and perform.
It's my price.
Juilliard.
It's my price tag. This is what we giving in honor of my mama.
Hey everyone, welcome to Juilliard. My name is Tony Goins. I'm a BFA actor here. So here at school, we have around 850 students. That breaks down to about 600 musicians, 96 dancers, and 80 actors. This is a Gloria Kaufman dance studio. This studio actually protrudes out from the side of the building and sticks out over Broadway. There's an amphitheater under it with the intent for anyone outside to be able to come, sit down, drink, eat, and be able to watch.
Sticks out over Broadway, right? So this is a studio where they develop and train individuals to perform on Broadway. This is a pipeline of artists for Broadway. When my mom made investments, my mom didn't want to feed the Broadway that leads to destruction. My mom said, let's go get the arts. Let's take the arts back. And let's produce arts that lead to the narrow way that leads to life. Let's produce the marital arts of war. Let's produce the marital arts of war, the most high performance arts, the sky high finest arts, fashion statement that leads to life. And that's exactly what you get from Hollywood Studios. We're throwing down the challenge. We're taking back everything that they've taken from us. Every art form that they've taken from us, and they perverted. And they created pipelines to feed Broadway with dance and acting and jazz and opera and all of the European art forms that bit, and then feed Broadway, and then make billions and billions and trillions of dollars in entertainment money off of art forms that they stole from us, give no credit, then go to a Broadway that leads to destruction and monetize it. And my mom became a film major and a business major to take all of the talented arts and create a school and a pipeline to go toe to toe with Broadway. Every film that Hollywood produces, and Broadway, and every play that Broadway produces, Mom wanted us to go toe to toe with a school of the arts that goes in the opposite direction of Hollywood and Broadway. Every album that's dropped glorifying Hollywood and Broadway, Mom said we should drop an album going in the opposite direction of Hollywood and Broadway. Every fashion statement, every model that was taken and perverted and life was destroyed and devoured in a fashion industry that glorifies death and destruction and mayhem, hatred of women, degradation of women, the destruction of the marriage, the destruction of the home. Every single fashion house, every single fashion line, every single fashion brand that disrespected the marriage and disrespected our daughters and disrespects our queen and creates the hatred of women of color, promotes the psychological warfare of colorism against our beautiful queens. Mom said for every fashion house and every fashion line and every fashion week, we should go blow for blow and take back double. So in my 4th year, celebrating Breath of Life, I'm here to tell you 2021 is our first year we're gonna have our fashion weeks. I'm here in Trenton, New Jersey, in the ground zero where my life was spared because of the deposits that my wife and my mother made in my life. And the priceless for every breathing in the breath of life that I have to repay is this: blow for blow, play for play, movie for movie, album for album.
Watch Juilliard students rehearse and perform. Juilliard Dance aims to create contemporary dancers, versatile performers trained with equal emphasis in classical ballet as well as modern dance. Modern techniques currently studied include Limon, Graham, Taylor, Cunningham, Horton, and Gaga. Guided by highly regarded artists, students perform in monthly workshops and present about 15 public concerts each year, including new dances to new commission work for prominent contemporary choreographers, Juilliard Dance Repertory Series, and ChoreoCon, which is student choreographers and composers collaborating. Now we're in the drama space. Juilliard drama consists of a 4-year conservatory-style acting program as well as a playwriting program. The McClellan Drama Theater seats 184, where all of our fully produced 4th-year productions happen. The space is reserved for our drama students, but every year we put on 8 fully produced plays that are open to the public, including a 2-play Shakespeare rep by our 3rd-year actors. As a drama,
just know I'm sitting in the studio. We got studios all over the country. We got studios all over in the country to go toe to toe. So if y'all wanna stop having your talents wasted, if y'all wanna get in the game, take back your image. Use your image as a weapon to demolish the lies and the narratives told about our people. This is home. This is ground zero for that. Trenton, New Jersey, Razor Sharp, Breath of Life Day, August 19th, every year. And every year we're going to get a new harvest, and the harvest is going to grow and grow and grow, and we're going to start the pipeline. I'm going to make this investment regardless whether you take advantage of it or not. I'm going to make the investment because it's a debt that I owe my wife and my mama. The question is, will you benefit from the bread that we break?
Mr. Music. Take classes in acting, voice, speech, movement, Alexander technique, singing, masks, stage combat, poetry, theater history, and physical comedy. The Steinberg Drama Studio is a highly adjustable black box theater on the third floor, where all of our third-year productions take place. The drama division is a rigorous program with actors here 6 days a week, working 12 to 13 hours a day on average. The fourth and fifth floor is home to most of our music spaces. We have over 100 practice rooms and over 250 Steinway pianos. Walking down the hall, you'll come across students practicing, private lessons, and rehearsals. Room 543, our orchestra rehearsal room. This room is acoustically engineered with movable panels along the top half of the room. The fixed acoustic panels along the bottom half allow for varying levels of sound absorption and diffusion. Lots of different ensembles rehearse in here, including the Juilliard Orchestra, Juilliard Chamber Orchestra, New Juilliard Ensemble, Axiom, the Juilliard Lab Orchestra, and Juilliard 415. The Juilliard Orchestra is the school's major orchestra, which consists of students in all years of study. They perform in the Peter J. Sharp Theater, David Geffen Hall, Alice Tully Hall, and Carnegie Hall. The orchestra has also toured Europe and Asia. The Juilliard Chamber Orchestra operates without a conductor and is modeled after the Orpheus Chamber Orchestra. The Lab Orchestra provides practical experience for student conductors. In addition to performing standard orchestral repertoire, the orchestra also reads work by student composers.
You heard that? Game over. The Juilliard Orchestra operates without a conductor. Game over. Game over. My mom saw the wink link in their chain. Game over. The supernatural renown, the renowned supernatural sing a song that no man can sing. And its conductor is the Lord of hosts. The Holy Ghost is the conductor. They already confessed that they wasting your time with their entertainment art forms, because the art forms have no conductor. Let me walk. Let me show you. Show you. We're going to use every resource that we got, every studio that we got access to, every single studio that we got access to win this final battle. Every single studio we got access to, we're going to use it. We're going to come in these Hollywood studios and we're going to teach these young people how to sing the song that no man can sing, how to take back their fashion statement, take back the image, created in the image of the Most High. How to be a Hollywood Grail star. Right here. This is ground zero. Breath of Life Day every year. I'm gonna come and I'm gonna pay back this debt by taking everything that was invested into me and finding individuals just like Julia